Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to create an assignment request. So to start from the dashboard, we will click on Requests, then we'll click on Create. This will open the assignment request wizard. From here we'll select our facility, and you'll notice that we can add multiple facilities, but for this instance we will just choose Example Facility A. Then we'll select our specialty. We'll do anesthesiology. And then we can select a department name if we know which department it is. So we'll just select Department 1. Selecting the reason for coverage gives your organization information that they can use for analysis and reports. So we will select Scheduling Need. We will leave one provider. Then we will say our start date is December 30th. Our end date, let's say April 30th. We can leave this ongoing if we believe this request will continue past April 30th. And we'll select MD. There will be no call. And then decision date, if you do have this date, it's helpful for the recruiters. We'll say yes here. We'll select our EMR. This is required. They'll be doing inpatient. And just say 5 and 5. Admissions required, no. Yes, and then there'll be no rounding. And we'll click on Next Step. The practice details allows you to give more information regarding your practice that you need. So we'll go ahead and select these. Say yes. We want them to be certified. By selecting yes on only allow bids from providers with active licenses in New York or wherever the facility is located, this will restrict vendors to only submit bids with physicians who have a license in that state. Selecting no may give a wider pool of providers, but you may have to wait longer for them to get a license. And we'll click on yes here. We'll say no. Credentialing time frame, we'll say 30. Then over here with fellowship, say preferred. And then we can go through the different certifications that we require at our facility. Then trauma level, we'll say 3. Just put in some numbers here. And we'll say they're not required to supervise. And it is on that. Under travel details, you have a box to enter information for nearest airport, which can be helpful to providers to know the best route to take, especially if your facility is in a rural area. So we'll go ahead and we'll just say JFK. And then sometimes it's also helpful to specify which airlines fly into the nearest airport. So we'll say Delta. With lodging recommendations, there may be times when a facility has an agreement for a discounted rate at a local hotel. So you'd put that information in here. Say Marriott. Then we'll click on Next. The specialty questions allows you to add even more information regarding what you will need with that specialty at your location. So you can select all, or we can go through and individually select which ones we will need. We'll put in operation rooms. And here's some more information. Once again, you can select all, do preferred, not required, or you can go through and manually select which ones are needed. Then we'll click Next. This is the scheduling section. Now, if you do have your schedule already figured out, this is where you can add all the information regarding your times and dates. So if we clicked here on Create New Scheduling Needs, so we can add the specific details of the assignment so they know exactly what times and dates they will be working. At this point, we'll just close that out and we can enter this information later. Next step. This next section has questions that impact billing insurance, so it's very important to have the correct information when answering these questions. Go ahead and fill this out. No. Then we will click on Next. Finally, in this section, we have the option to upload any additional documentation we'd like to be available to our vendors, like a copy of the job description. So we can click on Add, then click on Browse. click on pre-screening questions. Once we have that here, we'll click on attach. And now that document has been added to the assignment request. The description and other details section is where you can add even more information regarding the assignment. This section is also a good place to put a complete description of what your needs are from the vendors. You can also put dates of coverage needed, details about the community, and what type of support staff the locum will have. The more information you have in this section, the better. We can even just copy and paste the information in here, so our provider can see all the information regarding this assignment. One last thing to note is at the top bar, you can always go back to those sections if you need to add anything. For example, if we wanted to go back into our scheduling needs and then add that information there. Otherwise, we'll go to other details and then select submit. This next question asks if we have a provider in mind for this request. So we can go ahead and select yes. And from our drop down, we can see providers that we have used at our facility. So we'll say Chuck Finlay. And then we can also select which vendor we would like to use. Then we'll click submit. And that's it. Our assignment request has now been submitted. You can go through and we can see everything that we submitted. You'll also see at the bottom we have several options to recreate, to pause, archive, save, or submit and recall the assignment. I hope this information has been helpful. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us at live chat or email support@locumsmart.net. Thank you and have a great day.